Happy Saturday, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon. Let me change that. Well, good morning for some, good afternoon to everybody else. BX Queen, thank you, sister, for coming through early and saying salute, shout me out, and saying please hit the like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And you can support the channel by sending a super sticker or a super chat. Also, Cash App. Is in the chat, and thanks in advance. Thank you, sister. I appreciate you. Hey, the cynical one. Happy Saturday. Salute, Shano. I'm getting my coffee early, y'all. I got some in-laws in, so I'm just, trying to get myself together. Sister, good morning. Oh, my sister. Y'all make sure y'all go check out my sis, Miss Callie's Kitchen. And also don't forget to hit that wish list up. It hasn't stopped. Callie, matter of fact, send it to me and your my text messages so I can order something real quick. I'll order it as soon as I get off the live. As soon as I get off the live, I will order it. Salute to Shano. Shano is also a content creator. Salute the Cynical One. Happy Saturday to each and every one of you guys. So as a YouTuber, I go and look at many things on YouTube, and I see a lot, and I like watching relationship reality shows. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Hey, Don Play. Happy Saturday. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Basketball Wives. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Real Housewives of Potomac. And a lot of times on these shows, I see now where they're bringing the exes into the picture, the new bitches into the picture. And it's like, what? And I'm almost like, is that healthy? Is it healthy? And I dropped the link just in case anybody does want to hit the panel early or anything. But is it healthy? And I want to play a little something that Steve Harvey, I might have to log out, you guys, on Facebook. Yeah, I'm going to have to log out on Facebook. Because I want you guys to hear something. You tell me your thoughts, and then we're going to go through some of these comments and things like that. I'm sure you have. Thank you, sissy. You always do. Thank you. And y'all tell me y'all thoughts on fact or fiction. Is it healthy to entertain your ex? And not just the ex. What about baby mothers and baby fathers? Because I've been in a relationship like that. I've been in a relationship where the baby mothers would try to run how things work in my relationship. I've been in a relationship where the ex is in they are running things. They are running things. It's just got to be a reality check. And we can't say that we got to know that they're running things in our relationship. They're running things in our home. It's what do we do about it? What have you done about it? Is the question. Hey Mo. Good morning. Good afternoon. Let's take a listen to this clip and see what they have to say, and we'll go from there.
Gwyneth Paltrow recently said that her ex, Chris Martin, is now like her brother. Jennifer Meyer and Toby Maguire are closer than ever since their split last year. She says, he's my best friend. He's the greatest ex-husband a girl could ever have. All right, is it weird to be so close to your ex?
Brother? If you've ever been in my pants, you are not my brother. Let's just get that straight.
Yeah, let's get that straight. She said, if you've ever been in her pants, you are not my brother. Because one of the couples that Steve Harvey brought up said she now calls her brother. So I like how the lady that's on the panel, I love the panel of ladies that Steve Harvey had, but once we've had sex, you're not my brother. And another thing, is it okay for somebody that you considered your brother and was close to, and y'all was good friends, and y'all had that brother and sister relationship? Is it okay to sleep with them down the road? Hey, Mouthpiece. Hey, great content over there. Mouthpiece is another content creator. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Mouthpiece as well. I don't think I have a moderator in at the moment that can drop links, but I do want y'all to pay attention to the surroundings as you talk about these kind of conversations. Who's going to be in tuned and who's not? Could it be a narcissist? Could it be somebody that is in a relationship like this? You know what I'm saying? Could it be? And I think so. I think a lot of times in relationships, people want their cake, their ice cream. They want the whole bundle. They want the whole bundle. But let's finish it.
That's creepy and that's weird.
She said it's creepy. She said it's creepy if I've called you my brother and you've been in my pants. She said that's creepy. One of the ladies on the panel. And the title is with Steve Harvey is why you should or shouldn't stay friends with your ex. Hey, Vibrant, my love. Happy Saturday.
Fine, and I'm from Texas, okay? But I have to say that I am a product of divorce. I know how negatively it can affect children, and so I've never been with somebody that I really needed to be friends with afterwards. So for me, when I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
I'm so the opposite. Like my second fiance, after we broke up, we maintained a really strong friendship. He has a daughter. She's not my daughter, but we're so close. We just all went out to dinner the other night to celebrate her 21st birthday. There was a boyfriend in between that asked me to stop seeing him. And it was miserable. I tried it. Like I tried not being.
Let's pause that right there. She said, yeah, my ex had a daughter, and I went and celebrated in a dinner, even though she's in a relationship. She's currently in a relationship. But she went in a daughter with his 21-year-old that she was once a part of her life with. And she's great to say that the boyfriend said he didn't like it, to stop. He told her to stop and he didn't like it. And she said she felt really uncomfortable about ending that relationship with the ex. Is that okay? I want to hear from the people. I need chat participation. Is that okay? Is that okay that you put up a fuss with your current relationship and say, hey, but I want to stay friends with my ex? Or is it a case of if it's affecting somebody that I'm really in love with and I care about this person, I'm going to respect them the way that, I want to be respected if there's something I'm doing in the relationship that they don't like.
Friends with somebody that had like organically
Most said it's not okay.
Become this incredible friendship. We had been through so much that we didn't want to throw away what was working out, what was so beautiful. So we're still close. And now we've decided whoever wants to come into our life has to accept all of us, including the past. But
she said whoever comes in our life has to accept us. Isn't that a bit selfish? Not saying that everybody that breaks up is on bad terms. But I know for my situation, it was on bad terms. Based off of, conversation. It wasn't good terms. So if it's not bad terms, is it still okay? Does it matter good terms or bad terms? Now it's not okay. You got to let go of your past to have a better future. Exactly. But she said, whoever comes into their life, they both decided that even when they broke up, everything was so good. So if everything was so good, why y'all not together? Instead of making other parties on both ends come together to like what y'all had going on. It doesn't make sense what she's saying, but let's listen.
But with respect, I do believe you have to do everything with respect, and it has to be an open communication. Yes, we are best of friends.
I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. And look, I get it. You're the best of friends. If you were such great friends, he's such a great guy, then why is he your ex?
Because we didn't have...
What I just say, before even hearing that, the sister was like, nah, wait a minute. Hold on. I don't agree. If y'all was such great friends and y'all all of this and y'all so happy, why y'all exes? Why not be together? Why let other people get attached to you and fall in love with you and start building with you, only for later on down the road it's like, hey, I'm going to dinner with my ex, so I'll be home later on, and if you don't accept it, then I'm gonna have to leave you alone. What type of shit is this? That's not okay. But she said she did end it with, well, as long as it's respectful. None of it to me is respectful. Because again, if he's such a great guy, why leave? Why you want me to accept the perfect motherfucker? Like, let's be honest. Hey, Nika. Hey, love. She said, I'm breaking up with my dude if he put his ex first. Bye. Go be with your ex. Absolutely, Mo. Absolutely. Mouthpiece said, facts. Why bring anyone else in when you ain't done with your ex? Exactly. And Byron said, maybe Vibrant said maybe she likes the idea of a safety net. So then that'd be my thing. Hey, Big Precious, salute. Big Precious, I would love to hear your thoughts on this conversation. Matter of fact, y'all, for the ones that's just coming in, let me start it over. Combat Records, thank you for joining. But y'all, let me start it over really quick.
Gwyneth Paltrow recently said that her ex, Chris Martin, is now like her brother. Jennifer Meyer and Toby Maguire are closer than ever since their split last year. She says, he's my best friend. He's the greatest ex-husband a girl could ever have. Is it weird to be so close to your ex?
Brother? If you've ever been in my pants, you are not my brother. Let's just get that straight right there. Because that's creepy and that's weird. That's weird. Ain't no brother of mine. And I'm from Texas, okay? But I have to say that I am a product of divorce. I know how negatively it can affect children. And so I've never been with somebody that I really needed to be friends with afterwards. So for me, when I'm done, I'm done. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not. I'm so the opposite. Like my second fiance, after we broke up, we maintained a really strong friendship. He has a daughter. She's not my daughter, but we're so close. We just all went out to dinner the other night to celebrate her 21st birthday. There was a boyfriend in between that asked me to stop seeing him. And it was miserable. I tried it. Like I tried not being friends with somebody that had organically the love had become this incredible friendship. We had been through so much that we didn't want to throw away what was working and what was so beautiful. So we're still close. And now we've decided whoever wants to come into our life has to accept all of us, including the past, but with respect. I do believe.
Did y'all hear that? For the ones that's coming in? Mo said Vibrant, safety net means stay single. Hey, BL. Hey, my love. Hey, Goddess, dear love. She said that whoever is coming into the relationship with her and her ex-fiance, they have to be willing to accept their relationship because they are happy. They accepted their good moments and that's where they want to stay in their relationship. But you have to come in the relationship with each one of them and respect their past relationship with each other, meaning that if she wants to go to dinner with her ex-fiance, she is more than welcome to. If he wants to go to dinner with her, he can go. But let's get to it.
You have to do everything with respect, and it has to be an open communication. Yes, we are best of friends.
I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. And look, I get it. You're the best of friends. If you were such great friends, he's such a great guy, then why is he your ex?
Because we didn't have the sexual energy. That went away, and I wanted to have that.
She said because they didn't have the sexual energy. Because everything else is good. Everything else is good. Wow. Yes, BL. Yes. Vibrant said, unfinished business. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you never loved them anyway if it was just about the sex. Because there's things that could be worked out in a relationship if you really love somebody. It doesn't have to be sex. And another thing is when some people say, is sex the only thing that matters? And sex has a big part of it. Yeah, it does. It plays a major part in the relationship, but it's other things that we can do if he's not as good as, and you don't even want to compare partners like, oh, his D ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? You don't even want to do that in a relationship. But it's things that you can do in your sexual life that can spark it up and change things. Once something wasn't good, what can I do to make it better and spicy? You know? So she in a relationship too, yes. And she said, Nika said, not on my watch. So it's a three-way. Yeah, BL, she said that. Go back to what she said. She said, no, he said, nah, 3 is a crowd. Definitely. Hey, Blended Healing, my love. Hey, y'all make sure y'all go follow my sister, Blended Healing, for that morning motivation. Also, the Goddess Dear Love is another one. Mouthpiece is another one, you know what I'm saying, about educating our communities and getting better. So, yes. Hey, Snoopy. Yeah, she said that their relationship was so perfect. Now, listen to what she said. He is so good. He was such a good man that we decided that we're going to keep that, and whoever comes into our life, they got to accept, his bitch got to accept me, and my man got to accept him. That's a part of our past that we're keeping. No, the past is the past for a reason. It wouldn't be called your past. Am I correct? He said 3 is always a crowd. But let's hear what the sister said, because the sister was like, nah, I don't agree at all. I don't agree with that at all, because
have that in my marriage. I would like to have a marriage that is both fruitful sexually as well as friendship-wise, and we lost that. So that's why we're still friends.
Well, I think if children are involved, yes, you should be a grown-up. You should be able to co-parent and be friendly with one another. But if there are no children involved, when we break up, I break up with you, your mama, the family union. I'm not coming.
What the sister say? Now, I get it if it's children involved. You got to co-parent, because that's the respectful thing as a woman to do. Because let me get up here and tell y'all a lie. I can't do it. But I was used to be that type. I was a bitter motherfucker in the relationship. Oh, she didn't. She should have thought about that before she laid down with you knowing we was together and have a baby. Oh, was I so wrong? Oh, was I so wrong about my actions? We're always quick to point out what the next person did instead of the person that we're with. Like she said, when I break up with you, I'm breaking up with your mama, your sister, your cousin, and it's just done. Now, I gotta be honest. In some relationships, when you build a relationship with some of them, I don't mean I gotta leave your sister alone or your brother alone because I left you. Because sometimes bonds are good. Sometimes you built a friendship along the way with, when you in a relationship with, their siblings. So I'm not gonna say, no, I don't want to be friends no more. I'm done with them. Let me go back up here. She said, BL said they should have stayed together. Absolutely. With her attitude, yeah. She said everything was good but the sex. Goddess dear love. So I guess my thinking is different. Me and my ex-husband are still great friends, and it worked well for co-parenting. Okay, let's stay there for a second. Goddess dear love. She definitely, the sister definitely was like, I don't agree. She said, but I agree if y'all have kids together. I definitely agree if y'all have kids together. And we're not saying hate your ex, because it's some people that just broke up and it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't bad. It just was, things weren't working out. We wasn't seeing eye to eye on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? His vision wasn't my vision. The journey he was going on wasn't my journey. But you have a right, as if you have children, to co-parent. And you want the co-parenting to be as positive as possible for your children. Salute Shank Rock. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Shank Rock. Great content creator. Please make sure y'all go check out Shank Rock. Mouthpiece said, yeah, that's different when kids are involved, but if it ain't no kids, there's no past still lingering. Absolutely. Shank Rock said everyone's situation is different. Can you elaborate why everyone's situation is different, Shank Rock? Because with me, in speaking on hey Colton, hey love. With me saying it is because I'm in a relationship. And coming into the relationship, I knew about the ex through my significant other. And it wasn't nothing good. And coming into the relationship, no bitch is happy. No man is happy. No woman. I'm going to say woman. I'm going to take the bitch word out. No woman's happy that your man and your woman's moving on with somebody else. So, of course, comes drama. So within the relationship, I dealt with drama. I dealt with things being said about my cancer and all kinds of stuff. So I was like, what? Because I don't even know this person. And it's crazy when you don't know the person. We never point the finger at the person that hurt us, or we never sit back and look at what we done in the relationship to make it go bad. So now the person wants to be back. And it's unacceptable. And the thing is it healthy in a relationship to entertain your ex? Is it healthy to bring your ex back into the relationship? It's not. Not under those circumstances. Our relationships are not going to be successful. Doesn't mean that you have to be enemies. I think you could still be friends. Absolutely, Goddess D. And you're right. It depends on the situation.
Exactly. I'm with you. You're stronger than me. But there is this one ex, and we have business together. We don't have a baby, but that's kind of like a baby. Yeah. We're developing something together. And I would love for whoever I'm dating to accept our friendship. However, we don't see each other. We don't hang out. He's in another country, as a matter of fact. So
where he belongs.
Let's stop right there with her. She said that she has a business relationship with her ex, that they had a business together. And, you know, once they broke up, they still kept the business together. But she said she doesn't talk to him only about the business. She doesn't see him or anything. They're strictly business partners. And the only thing she asks of her partner is just respect the business side of the relationship. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Shank Rock said respect goes both ways. So let's put it like this. If I'm coming into a relationship and I don't know the ex doesn't know me, and you know, the first thing the ex does is taking digs and looking me up and finding out, oh, she had breast cancer, oh, she lost her hair, oh, she did this, and you know, that's the dig. Those are the digs that's being thrown. And Shank Rock is saying, like, respect goes both ways. I can't respect that. I'll never respect that. Because to me, all the anger should have been pointed toward the man, never the woman. Especially me not knowing the woman, me not knowing your situation. Exactly. Me not knowing the situation. Until I got into the situation. It doesn't mean down the road, and y'all tell me if I could be wrong, down the road, you know, you feel like, oh, it's old, I'm going to come back. And that's just what it is. No, I can't respect it. I can't respect it. He said friends at a distance, though, because if you see me and still hang with their ex, it would be a problem. Absolutely. Salute, Tommy. Salute. He said girlfriend has to respect the boyfriend way of doing things and vice versa. So Shank Rock says that the girlfriend should respect the man bringing his ex in. Because I'm the one, my exes are gone. If my ex sent me a song, my ex used to send me songs and say, I would tell Shank Rock, like, look, Quee said this is our song. I'm open about those kind of situations. Because I felt like once you lost me, you lost me. Do I hate him? No. Am I mad at him? No. Because, see, there was a lot of accountability throughout the relationship I had to take accountability for. A lot of stuff. So I took my accountability and I let it be what it was. I never opened another relationship with, oh, I want to be friends with Queese and I still want to talk to Queese and I want to bring Queese into me and Shank's relationship. Never. I would never even ask a man to respect an ex. Now, my baby father, yeah, here goes, this is my baby father. It was never, it's been an introduction. Because there's no secrets. But there is no respect on disrespect. And don't let nobody say, don't never, this for men and women, don't never let nobody make you think that disrespect is okay. In no way, shape, or form that you have to respect anything. If you don't like something, if I care about you enough to say, you tell me in our situation that you don't like something, I'll respect it to remove it. It won't be an excuse. It won't be anything of the sort to say you can't always blame the man. Mo said that's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Shank Rock said you can't always blame the man. Hey, Joker. A lot of females think because they're a woman, they can always get their way. So Shank Rock is basically saying, if you think you're in a relationship with a man, you can't tell him not to be with his ex. You can't tell him. And I want the men and the women to elaborate what he's saying. He said, just because I go with you doesn't mean you can have your way when it comes to my other relationships. My past relationships are going to come whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to kind of stick right there. Exactly. Your ex still contact you. Yeah, but it had to be to a point where I had to disconnect. Because sometimes you're not, when you move on in life, you're not thinking to block. You thinking you done broke up, you done moved on. I done moved out of state. Me and Shank Rock got pictures on social media. But sometimes when you miss a good thing, they'll spin the block. You're not waking up going, "Oh, let me see if my ex texted me today. Let me see." No. He said, Mo said, "I'm gone and done." Combat said, "My ex are gone. That's real." Shank Rock said, "There is still an open line of communication with your ex. Come on with the BS." I've been done. This is for me and Shank Rock. I've been done communicating with my ex. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be open with y'all. I honestly wished him nothing but the best. Wished him nothing but the best. And still to this day, I'm good with his mother and his sister. I talk to them all the time. They send me good morning texts. They check on me. They're really good peoples. But with him, it's been exited out. It's been out of my system. It was too toxic in the end. That's a lot of stuff where a lot of stuff come from. Understanding the relationship and the dynamic that we was in. We was toxic together. We were abusive, verbally, mentally. He's been to jail for beating my ass. Beating the shit out of me. If you dox me, you'll see. Beating my ass. So there is nothing in the world to make me want to go back to my abuser or somebody I abused. King Kapala said, "If I'm with a lady and an ex of hers try to communicate with me, he's going in an ambulance immediately." Shank Rock's making this about us. So let's say this. He said, "You still see your baby daddy when we go to Kentucky. I just don't say anything." Baby father and his wife has seen us. I've invited them with me and Shank many a times. Me and him are super cool. We have kids together. And that's what we were saying when the girl was saying about the kids and things like that. It's a difference. And I don't see my baby daddy. I don't sneak off and go be with him or anything. If the kids are there, I say, "Hey, tell your father I said hi." He's 20 years older than me. He's a very sickly man. And I know his woman. I'm very, me and the wife, the ex-wife, are best of friends. We are good. We've had our problems down the line, but we are good. Anytime it's a graduation or a celebration, the wife is there, and she is very much a part of my life. Was everything good in our relationship? No. Hey, Lizzie, good morning. Hey, Queen Miss Parker. Hey, sis. Hey, sis. Can't speak individually. I love y'all. Well, I didn't do this because of us, but Shank Rock, this is not about us. But he put it out there. Let me finish. He said, "In this bullshit demonstration, I'm so tired of you putting social media in our business. I told you not to do this demonstration. This demonstration was not based off of me and Shank Rock, but I'm going to leave it in the comments because for the simple fact, things happen. And when things happen, that's how you get a conversation going because it makes you look into the social media. It makes you look into life. It lets you find the Steve Harvey conversations to say, dang, it's other views on stuff like this. It's people that view like this. It's other people that view like that." Nika said, "If some people have that love, honesty, communication, and respect, it may work for some people." I'm just saying, with communication on all ends. Most and my exes always try to come back. I don't go backwards. Okay? You can't. You can't go backwards. And that's why they're the past and they're the ex for that reason. Not saying that people haven't got back with their exes down the line and it has worked out. But as y'all see, since it's out here, it's an ex brought back into the picture. It's an ex brought back into the picture. Not only is it an ex brought back into the picture, you guys, I've been chastised about the ex. I've been through a lot over this ex. I tell anybody, if you're not happy, you're just not happy. Throughout my life, I had to learn that cheating isn't the way. It's lines of open communication. It's lines for everything. It's lines for being around narcissists, liars. I've been through so much in my life that when you want to change, you just want to change. If I don't want to be a cheating ass bitch, I don't want to be a cheating ass bitch. If I want to be a good woman, I want to be a stay-at-home good woman. No relationship is perfect where you walk in the house and say, hey, good morning, I love you. Hey, you want dinner? Okay, here I go. If things happen in relationships where some things you might not like, some things you might argue about, some things you might like, hold on. Let me see this. I don't like this. And that should be okay. Us as adults should be able to say, I don't like this. And it's okay for us not to like things. It's okay for us not to want to accept certain things. Okay, Jamie, you enjoy, okay? If I leave, it's a reason. People love their exes. I can't even lie. I love my present girlfriend, but I love my ex too. I just don't want her anymore. Okay, Joker? Okay. Exactly. My point, ain't no smoke with the ex, but there's no future relationship. Disrespecting me in no way. Absolutely. It comes to respect. Hey, girls, dad. Hey, it comes to respect thing. And it does. And that's what led me to this. Because sometimes in relationships, you're going, am I tripping? But sometimes you can be sold to be putting your head that you're tripping. It's you. You did this, you did that. You're the reason why I cheat. You're the reason why when I walk out this door, nobody can make me cheat. Nobody can make me cheat.
It's now like,
I don't even know where I was in this video. Nobody can make me talk to anybody. When I move because that's what I chose to do. I cannot blame anybody for anything I do, any decisions I make in life. As for you, if you robbed the store, you robbed that store because you wanted to. If you failed school, you failed school because you wanted to. Just because somebody say, hey, let's go party all the time, you make that decision to go do those things, okay? Things are different when you have kids together. That's the parent of your child. Ain't no more linking up, but to be communicative on the well-being of the kids. Absolutely. Hey, honey. Hey. Sorry, y'all, I'm behind. I am behind. Sis, I'm at the tax office. Just stopped in to show some love, and I hit the like. Okay, honey said 100%. All right, sis, you enjoy. Have a good day, okay? You have to always put boundaries when dealing with people outside of the relationship. That's how you build and keep up trust. Yes, mouthpiece. Hey, Top Flight. Good morning, sis. I wouldn't dare allow my ex-girlfriend around my new thing. Kids or not. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's get into it.
Lost that, so that's why we're still friends.
Well, I think if children are involved, yes, you should be a grown-up. You should be able to co-parent and be friendly with one another. But if there are no children involved, when we break up, I break up with you, your mama, the family union. I'm not coming. Ain't no Christmas gifts happening.
I lost my place, so we got to go back, guys.
It is over. I don't ever want to see her.
I'm through with you, your mama,
I'm through with everybody.
your damn
Yes.
sister.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
You're stronger than me. But there is this one ex, and we have business together. We don't have a baby, but that's kind of like a baby.
Yeah.
We're developing something together. And I would love for whoever whoever I'm dating to accept our friendship. However, we don't see each other. We don't hang out. He's in another country, as a matter of fact. So
where he belongs.
but we only talk a few times a year, and we will have a meeting. But there are no. I think it's okay to remain friends. If you're dating someone else and you have this friend that's an ex, I think as long as there's no secret hangouts, no, nighttime rendezvous, no, you know what I mean. I think it's okay as long as you can show your new partner all the texts and there's nothing inappropriate, no pictures sent, no.
Right. Then that too. When you have a partner, hey DJ, salute, top flight sis, honey. Hey you guys, happy Saturday. But yeah, that line of communication has to stay open, and and your significant other has to feel connected to where they don't have to question you. They don't have to say, hey. It should be like, look, this is all it is. This is all it is. It's just business. As she was saying, it's just business. I have nothing to hide with you. This is business. You ain't got no choice but to feel comfortable. I like the different topics you have over here, Ms. Parker. They're good and interesting. Thank you. Thank you. And I went along because I'll be watching some of Steve Harvey's topics about family connection and different stuff, because whether or not people like, because I be into the 90-day rule and I be like wanting to see all the relationships that went through it and stuff. It's just stuff that I like to watch when it comes to Steve Harvey. And so I had came across this, you know what I'm saying, and things. And it wasn't based off of anything bad about my relationship that I wanted to drag out, but it made sense. And I had to hear everybody's point of view. And it was a panel full of women with different points of view that said, interesting. Let me think about it. Because as women, sometimes we are very emotional. We are very emotional. We are more emotional than a man. We look at things different from men. But that's when it comes, you got to put it on the table and you got to have conversation like this to get everybody's outlook on those situations, to make you kind of say, I understand that. Now I can get that. I can get where the sister said, hey, I'm done with everybody. Because we all have different outputs on life. We all have a different objective. We all see things different. He said it's the conversation that must be had. It is.
But I don't want to be in a relationship where I'm scrolling through text messages.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if they should ever feel the need to say, well, what is that relationship really like? Here, read it out.
Yeah. But friendships turn into relationships.
Yeah.
And I think you are playing with fire when you are welcoming your ex and you.
So do y'all agree with her? Once you bring your ex back in, it turns into fire. Other things can come from that. It can be bad.
If you've already done the relationship and it didn't work, so you're not really playing with fire.
I can't get in none of this conversation. I ain't friends with none of my exes.
I agree.
Steve said he's not friends with none of his exes.
I don't want to feel insecure about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't even want it to be a thing that needs any attention. Like we need it.
And I agree with this. We don't want to, feel insecure about anything. I don't want to feel insecure about anything. I don't want the friction. I don't want the drama.
Attention for each other. A relationship takes so much work in general. And so for me personally, I'm just like, any outside distractions that don't need to be there, unless there is kids involved, then I don't need it. I don't want it.
I have a question though. Okay, so
She said any outside distractions, if besides kids, I don't want it. I don't need it. Because relationships are already hard enough to build. And especially when you're building a strong foundation. And it's a difference if you just screwing on somebody or you just got them around a convenience. But when you're in a relationship, it's different. And it has to be viewed as different. He said 100% agree. Some exes be trying to love bomb you and do get back just to make sure you're not happy. I agree.
if your ex had a really close friend that was his ex, and it was really important to him to maintain the friendship, how would you respond to that?
I think I'd be the girl that was like, I can't deal with it, and
Would you be able to do any exception? Like, would you find like a
I don't
happy
know.
medium or
I think it would have to be
we can hang out together.
Yeah.
Can I be there? Like,
No.
see the energy, what's going
No.
on?
I think it's harder
No.
for men though. You my girl,
Right.
and you stuck with this dude over here, and he keeps showing up. I already know what dude wants. because he wanted it before. So now while
Let's stick right there. Steve said, I already know what do want. It's coming from the man. The man coming around now and then you wanna, I already know what he want.
all of a sudden he gonna stop wanting it. Because hell, I want it. So now, who is this dude over here? We're not finna sit up.
I agree with that though. Men are different. And that's a good thing. I think that that's
If a
okay.
man has ever dated you, then he will always want you in that way.
Yes.
Men are always friends with women that they've been with a motivation.
Well, let me say this. When does the attraction for a woman that you've been attracted to, when does that stop?
Right.
And the only time for me is like after you've made an attempt on my life, then it's over.
That's healthy. That's a good period.
Yeah. See, if you like that video, there's more.
That was so interesting. That video was just everything for me. Let's get to some of the comments and then we'll I'll take some stuff from y'all to hear what y'all got to say. One of the people said, after we break up, I don't know you. We have never met. Somebody else said, for me, you don't respect the person you are presently dating if you are best friends with your ex. Do y'all agree? Do y'all agree with that? For me, if don't disrespect the person you're presently dating if you are friends with your ex. Somebody said, preach, straight up, totally agree. And then let's go to some more. They said, nope, when you are done, we are done. No fake friendship, no hanging out, no relationship. There's nothing to relate to on this ship no more because the ship has sailed. Do y'all agree with that? Like, no, we're done. We're done. No fake friendship, no hanging out or anything. And I do agree, like what Goddess of Love saying about the co-parenting. That's an absolute plus. And I love when people co-parent. Me and my kids' fathers, we co-parent. We definitely co-parent. And that's it. Those things have been done and gone. Can't even remember a lot of it, but the kids was the blessing throughout the whole thing. But we definitely co-parent. Our kids are older now. We're still parents. It's still going to be something eventful to happen where we have to be around each other. I wish nothing bad to my kids' fathers. Even though all of them wasn't good. I agree. Once it's over, it's over. Hey, Cookie Monster. Hey, love. Yeah, once it's over, it's over. He said, I'm a dude. Corey Adams said, I'm a dude. When it's over, it's over. No text, no calls, no Facebook, nothing. One of them said, I'm sorry. If we don't have kids, we don't need to be friends. That's why if I'm dating a guy, I'm not interested in meeting family and in a chat until we are serious. I'm not afraid to cut people off when we break up. None of my exes are my friends. I'm talking about none. And I do agree with that, none. Now, you can't stop a parent from being a parent. You can't take that away. They said, somebody else said, why continue to waste time with people who waste time? Catrice said, no, can't date someone who wants to be best friends with their ex. Someone else said, no, I will never be friends with anyone who broke my heart. You either get all of me or none of me. I know my worth. Exes should stay exes. I agree. When you break up, you don't need to stay friends with them or friendly. What's the point? Just know, move on. If we have kids, then okay. Otherwise, the space needs to be empty for the next. They said people only remain friends with their ex because the love is still there. Do y'all agree that they want their exes around because, hey, Bird, hey, happy Saturday. Do y'all agree that people want their exes around because they still love them? Because I can't see you being in a good space and wanting the past to come back into your present unless you still love them and lingering other people on. She said, if you got kids, it's not that easy. And that's what we were saying. We was differentiating that part, Cookie Monster, because we were saying like co-parenting, that's a must. That's just a must. And if you're not happy, then maybe you shouldn't date something. To me, if you can't accept someone that has young kids and still deal with their baby's fathers and baby mothers, then yeah. Because I look at that like we don't know the past. When we're coming into a relationship, we don't know people's past. I don't know if they was happy at one time and they just wasn't. Like I said, some relationships are, the one woman said, the sex wasn't there. What I want to be loved sexually, and it just wasn't there. So it just wasn't there for me. But other than that, he was a great guy. So I remained friends with him. I remained to be in his daughter's life. Is there something wrong with that? I don't think so. But she was saying also that they had to accept that. Like whoever came into her life, her other partner, had to accept that. Now, accepting the daughter, you raising the daughter and stuff as your own and being a big part of her life is one thing, but kind of making it a standard, like you have to accept that or else. It's like, then go be with him. Yeah, it still be love there. Therefore, you shouldn't be dating yet. You have to absolutely close one door before you open another one. Absolutely. They said, Pork Chop said, men who are friends with their exes have to realize they are simply a plan B in her back pocket. Drop her for good. Greedy says, Steve spoke facts. I don't keep any friendship with my exes ever because I don't want to entertain the possibility of a new relationship. Because if I'm not over my ex, and that's really all it is when you want to stay friends, it's because you're not over that person yet. Do y'all agree? Do y'all agree that the exes are around because that person is just not over it? Or could it be that person wants their cake and ice cream, they want it all? Regardless how you feel about it, they're just so selfish. Just like you either roll with it or not. They want multiple. Mouthpiece said he agrees. Khalil said, I never feel the need to be friends with my ex. You're my ex because you lied, cheated, and disrespected me. Friends don't disrespect each other. That's why we shouldn't be friends with our ex. So this is what the authentic queen said. She said, anybody who says they're friends with their exes, just keeping them on the back burner as a just in case person. Just in case they're lonely, just in case they need somebody to talk to, is absolute madness, in my opinion. So rude. She said, so rude to do that to somebody is what it is. And was what it was, can't change that. Do y'all agree with that? Men and to my men and my women in the chat, do y'all agree that people keeping exes around to keep them on the back burner just in case, this bitch or this nigga don't work out? I still got her. I still got him. Let me keep him right there where he is. Let me keep him comfortable in his spot. You know what I'm saying? To eventually bring him back. Because for the ex to want to be around, don't y'all think that the ex is still willing to put up with whatever because they see you in a relationship? Or could it be lies being told? Could it be lies? It could be a possibility, you guys. Jamila said, that's a no for me. When I'm done, I'm done. How can you start a new chapter when the last one is still open? She said, it's a no. I have enough friends. My aunt always told me you marry your best friend, and once you marry your husband, is my best friend, period. Hell, when I'm done, I don't even keep your number. I want to be able to make my future partner feel exclusive, and I don't play the phone games. If the ex that messaged me, then it is literally start a new string of messages, period. He said, yeah, the back pocket exes, it does happen, okay? Somebody also said you should be civil with your ex if a child is involved. Absolutely. That's the problem with a lot of things that's going on in the world today when we lose our youth and stuff like that, is because we don't know how to co-parent with the exes and stuff like that. We got kids by them. We get jealous because they moved on. We don't want to see them happy. Oh, he'll never find nobody like me. Oh, she'll never find nobody like me. When in actuality, there's somebody out here for everybody. So, you have to be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just shit that happens. If you're not happy and somebody's not happy with them, let them go. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was with all my kids' fathers. You know what I'm saying? We remain to be civil, and that's it, and that's all. And that's how it should be. You know, wishing them nothing but the best. Nobody wants to bring harm to their kid's father. Without me or them, where would our kids be? So you got to look at it like that. But let's read a couple of more. You can still get on well, but you have to maintain a healthy distance if you have kids together. It shows the child that parents share a clear, respectful boundary and hopes for the child. There's an old saying, "Old fire sticks easy to catch." Personally, for me, there is no such thing as exes being best friends. From a psychological point of view, it's a bond. The stronger the bond, the harder it is to break. So, what makes a bond stronger? Amount of time spent together, time together involving strong emotions like going through tough times and relying on each other to survive through it. You become each other's safe place. Connections can be positive or negative. That's why people can be strongly attached to abusive partners. And I like that. I like that. I like that because even if I didn't understand it then, I understand it now, especially with me and Quisa's situation. Because like I said, I came from an abusive relationship before that. So I thought abuse was okay. I thought getting a black eye, busted lip was okay in a relationship. I shouldn't have talked back. I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did that. Maybe I shouldn't have said this. Maybe I should have let him go out and stay out all night. I don't know. And I deserved a black eye. But do I ever, after growing from a relationship, an abusive relationship, a real life abusive relationship, to ever think in a million years I would go back to that is insane. It's insane. I love y'all responses. We got some responsible and respected people here, and I salute y'all. Keep being 100. Hey, Short Stack. Hey. She said, Jonathan Keith said, never, ever, ever stay friends with your ex. It's toxic for both of you. I know it sounds harsh, but you need to forget about each other. There are other people out there. Somebody else said, this is why I love Steve, because he teaches us to really think. Brandon said, if a woman wants to be friends with her ex, I'm out. I'm walking. Steve is absolutely right on this. Miss Turner said, to me, it's a respect issue. I will never have my past relationship hurt my future. And that's where I want to stick at. You know what I'm saying? If you're starting a future and if you're in it, like I said, if it ain't just somebody you just bumping and grinding with here and there, then hey, you are free to move around. However, but you still have to respect your significant other's feelings. You're not the only one in the relationship with feelings. So remember that in our relationships, each party has feelings. And it's not a you walk in the door and it's my way or the highway. In a genuine relationship, in a real genuine relationship, especially if you're good people. If you're a good person and you're really trying something different and you really want to make it work and stuff like that, and you're just a good man or a good woman, you're never going to come in with those kind of boundaries like, hey, I like to still fuck on my ex and I still like my ex to be around. So, hey, if you're going to love me, because that's not love. We got to learn how to differentiate love from lust, liking from lust and love. You know what I'm saying? It could be somebody to like you, but they don't love you. It can be somebody that likes you for what you do for them and can help them accommodate throughout the time that y'all sleeping together. That doesn't mean they love you, especially if it's the man's bought in. Any kind of, it doesn't even just got to be an exit, a my way or the highway type of situation. And if you like to mingle and lust and fuck, don't get in a relationship. Don't. If you're married, hey, respect your vows. That's why, y'all, I never got married. Because I might not go to church, but I read the book. I read the book. And when I read the book of God, you have to respect your vows. That's why get into that? Why under God's commands would you take that oath of being faithful to your significant other in the eyes of the Lord? It's still, even when you're in a relationship, it's still sin. Dating and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Sleeping with each other and doing all kind of other stuff. It's sin within that. But once you take that oath under God to love, to sickness and health, to death do us part, take those vows serious. Take them serious. So if anybody would like to come up, feel free to come up. I appreciate the chat participation. I've been rescheduling lives, moving around because I have to finish this book with you guys. I hope everybody that enjoyed the book club. I was super nervous the other night, y'all. I got on here and I never read a book out loud. You know what I'm saying? And I see story readers on YouTube. That's the crazy part. I was listening to The Coldest Winter Ever, and I enjoyed it more listening to it was a woman from New York. You can tell by her accent. I gotta find it. But she definitely read the book, and she killed it. She was so precise and she was so dead on with reading it. And I loved her accent, and with The Coldest Winter Ever, the characters being from New York, it just did it. And hopefully you done good. Thank you, Short Stack. And so hopefully, I'm gonna keep going over there critiquing from her and how she did it and how she displayed it. And it was just super comfortable. And I like the sounds effects of the cars, like if Winter was outside walking and the breeze, the cold breeze and stuff like that. She had the snow on the ground and she really had her characters in place. I really loved it and I enjoyed it. So I'm going to critique over there. Happy Saturday, beautiful Miss Parker. Just passing through. I did hit that like. Thank you, Tannis. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much for coming through. But yeah, I want to finish getting through that book. It's Broken Crayon, Still Color by David Weaver. Again, I've even hit David Weaver up on Instagram because that book is just so inspirational and this hits home, not just for me, but for so many of you guys, I bet, because most of us done had a crackhead auntie, a crackhead cousin, family member, that's strung out, battling addiction. Aunt Marianne was probably up one minute, had a beautiful home. You couldn't even sit on a couch without plastic being on it, to now Aunt Marianne's in the street, an addict. So, we just don't know what anybody's going through. I love how he said he's still scratching that demon and battling that demon every day. He's just taking life one day at a time by dealing with faith and things like that. So CC reads. Okay. But yeah, I love it. I love how The Coldest Whatever is being displayed. And hopefully one day I can do that, So like I said, I'm definitely going to critique from that and stuff like that. And remember, sometimes when you're a content creator and you do content, you can base content off your life experiences, and it should be okay. It's not to down anybody, because again, we all go through something and we're all people that make mistakes. We're imperfect people, and it's okay. It's okay to display it in a positive way, but in an eye-opener, but also to get some content behind it to go with your theory on how you're feeling. Put it into perspective, if you get what I'm saying. It should be okay to put theories into perspectives. And I don't know how to feel about a lot of stuff that just happened, because this was never to display my real life situation in a bad light, but to bring light to situations like mine that happen out there every day, and how we can all look at things the wrong way, coming from where we came from before we got to where we are now, and put some dialogue behind it. And it should be okay. It should be okay without backlash or, anything disturbing coming from it. We are grown people, and we should all be able to get on here and dialogue about anything in life that we're going through. Hey, Mouthpiece.
What up, though? What up, though? Big blessings
Hey,
on blessings, Queen Miss Parker. How you feeling?
I'm good. How did you feel about listening to that?
Man, I ain't gonna even cap. It's very captivating and very inspiring to, make you do self-reflection. You know what I mean? And not only that, it also broadens the line of communication between the opposite sex. Whereas we supposed to have those lines of communication wide open. I'm an avid believer in that, and I look at the definition. I mean, I look at the inspiration of this as to when you get in a new car. You know what I'm saying? When you jump in your new car, you know what I'm saying? You got the rear view mirror right there. It's little, but the front of you have your wide view. You know what I'm saying? You got to be concentrating on what's in front of you. You can take a look at the past every now and again and reflect and see where you went wrong at, what led you to come to where you are now. But on that note, getting back in the past and going back to your past and all that other crazy stuff, that's just mind manipulation, and that's just putting you down in the downward spiral of not being happy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how did you feel? Because you was definitely in chat participation mode. When she said the one lady said, "Hey, me and my ex fiance is good, and we expect both parties on both ends to come into our life and accept the other person." I just wasn't feeling that.
No, that don't sound that don't sound respectful. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like some narcissist type of stuff. And not only that, like you just said earlier, you still holding on to the past. See what I'm saying? You trying to keep that hope alive. You know what I mean? Whereas relationships fail. That's responsible, and that's also being a grown adult when you allowing yourself to let things go. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Stuff happen all the time. We hear no on a day-to-day basis, but when you see a person and you try to be with them and it don't work out, and y'all end up having a falling out, and y'all end up having to break up, then yeah, by all means, you got to let that person go, because you can't be and expect nobody to respect you that's new, that's going to accept you and trust you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's also a trusting issue too. You can't expect them to fully trust you if you're not willing to let go of your past.
And Mouthpiece, since I got you here, let me ask you this. The co-parenting thing, is it wrong for me to co-parent, or is it wrong because my kids are older to still, be cool with my kid's father? Because they was talking about the co-parenting in there as well. And, I've introduced my kid's father to Shane Rock and, and everything, because we've never throughout the breakup, because it was somebody in between my kid's father. Once I left him alone, I had a 12-year relationship that was very abusive and some more. And we never messed around anymore in between that relationship or thereon. So do you think it's wrong for me to still be cool and cordial with my kid's father?
Hell no, because you know why? Can you hear me? Okay, yeah. Okay, hell no, because you know why? When the child sees that their mother and their father are still getting along respectfully for them, it builds confidence. You get what I'm saying? When they see them always fighting and they got a problem, then it destroys their confidence, because you know what? They're going to have to look and face their mama or face their dad on the back end, and it's going to be some of that backlash coming out of them toward the kid. So you definitely don't want to have that going on. You want to always be cordial, be respectful, and also let your future partner know, no, we are not in a relationship. We are not steady dealing with each other behind the scenes. We are only co-parenting and consulting each other for the benefit of the kid, and that's it. You must be secure with letting them know that. And also, they got to be mature enough to respect that too, because you have some people who can't let things go, who got to feel like, no, there's still something going on. No, why he called you this time? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? They always try to read into stuff that's not necessarily true. So you definitely want to help them understand and let them know that, no, I'm only dealing with this person on the behalf of my child, because I share a child with them. And you got to be respectable about it. See, you can't ask for respect and you're not giving respect. It never works. You got to keep the lines of communication well open.
And I like that, because Goddess D definitely said she still she co-parents well, and said her and her children's father are still the best friends. And so I respected that. Now I definitely understand. It's called being grown at some point. Like, why do we have to hate our kid's daddy or our kid's mother because of the relationship? It doesn't even make sense, to me, that somebody would think, oh, you're still friends with your baby daddy. That's not a problem. You're still friends with your baby mama. That shouldn't be a issue. That's called security and stuff like that. And also, just to stick to a point of people holding on to people's past isn't an excuse that they're using to do what they do. You know, when you still talk to your baby daddy, oh, you still had this, you still had that with your ex. So is that an excuse? Because how easy is it to just say, I want my ex back? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, exactly. When you're supposed to let that person know way beforehand, because prime example, once you have met somebody, right, and y'all making an arrangement, y'all been together, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the ex pops up, and now you having that conversation. See, now you was hiding something. See, that make you look distrustful. So you can't expect someone to trust you fully if you're withholding information, valuable information that I need to be aware of. You get what I'm saying? That's just like you walking me into a setup. I don't know how crazy your ex is. Your ex may want to come try to kill you one day, and lo and behold, look at me. I'm a collateral damage. I'm there. So you got to definitely let that person know. No matter how tough or no matter how bad you will feel, even if it means losing the new person. So what? You communicating and you keeping it honest.
And you know, it's crazy that you just said that because I definitely was ready to do a show about a girl that moved on and you know, she was in a relationship. It was unhealthy. It was kind of like how my situation was unhealthy. Like I loved him. He had good qualities at times, but the verbal abuse of it all, the physical abuse, it was just too much. And she moved on. She was happy. And he unalived her. She went on, she moved, she was happy, you know, her and her kids, they was happy, and you know, she found the love of her life, you know, she was just doing better. There was no physical, there was no verbal, you know, it was something different for her. And she's like, let me give it a try. And he unalived her, you know what I'm saying? So, and then we have a situation here in South Carolina where a woman was co-parenting with her baby daddy, and he was a aspiring rapper down here in South Carolina, and the her significant other went and unalived the baby daddy. You know, so like you said, we just don't know people's mindsets. You know, oh, she's cool, he's cool, he's cool peoples, he's good peoples, they're there for me. But then at the end of the day, we don't know where nobody's mindset is to take a life and be like, oh, I got
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? We just don't. And people look so normal and act so normal nowadays, and really their mental is off because what ex wants to be involved in the picture if there's not something going on?
Exactly. Exactly. That's facts. You know what I mean? Because that's also a thing too. When you breaking up with somebody, make it be well known. Make it clear that y'all are done, and don't try to engage in no back action activity, because that's another way where that lingering ex will still be feeling like they're entitled to you because you are doing confusion. You're confusing somebody. So that's a serious thing. And we also got to take this into accountability. That heart is something serious not to be played with, especially on a woman. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, a man too now, but a woman more so. Because if you know you still got feelings for that person, or you know you still want to deal with them, then yeah, by all means, don't engage in no more new relationships. Try to work it out with that person again if you feel you can, but leave that there and let it be done. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, I was young. I used to be one of them exes that, you know, didn't know how to move on and did things, you know what I'm saying? Busted car windows and some more shit. You know what I'm saying? Just not knowing
Yeah.
how to be alone, and really, you know, and then sometimes I would get back just to taunt the bitch. You know, it wasn't ever really that
You know
I
what
even
I'm saying?
wanted him back. It was just to taunt the bitch and show the
Yeah,
bitch I never went nowhere, that to show what kind of man he was, that she was dealing
exactly.
with. It was really just to prove something to her, not on just my end, but about him too. And I
Exactly.
think that's what happens a lot. And I don't think it's a young thing. I think it happens in adults as well.
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was a much needed conversation all the time. Cause like I said, we online, we watching and stuff. Cause I seen a show the other day with G Herbo's baby mothers, Ari and the other baby mother. And they got so much backlash because they was connecting. And it's crazy to me how nobody wants to see growth in the black women connecting based off of we share a baby father. We don't always have to beef. Me and her was beefing, and based off of, you know, him telling me one thing, I'm believing him because I'm the new woman, or me believe, you know what I'm saying? And it was basically that kind of collab. Like, girl, I remember he used to tell me this and this, that, and the other, and I believe. She's like, girl, he did me the same way, you know what I'm saying? And they made a show out of it. And I love it because those kind of things need to happen, because a lot of times we are leaving bitter We are
Right.
bitter. Nowadays, it's coming to, we don't just carry the feelings on our sleeves. It's being unalived things happening. People getting unalived based off of being led on and, you know, things like that. So, yeah, I had to have this conversation today after watching that.
Yeah, this is an excellent topic. You did your thing on that. I like that. That's dope. That's dope, Miss Parker. Keep it up.
Thank you. Mouthpiece, while you up here, what are you working on your show? I see you coming back. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop you a link on my community wall as soon as this is over with, so people can go.
Okay. Well, make sure y'all tap in at 9. I'm gonna be talking about generational curses, and I'm also gonna be talking about Javion McGee, the situation with Javion McGee, but more so focusing on generational curses, because that's another prime example. That's another way that our family members have influences on our life, because we will watch our brothers or our mothers or our uncles and aunties go through these situations, and then we feel like it's normal to accept the abuse, to accept, you know what I'm saying, certain things, not knowing that it's a detriment to your life. It's the problem why you have these problems today. So in order for you to build something different, you have to be willing to acknowledge that and accept that and move forward and let those things go, so that way it doesn't impact your kids coming up. You know what I'm saying?
And what happened to the McGee? If you don't mind explaining that a little
Okay,
bit.
so Javion McGee, he was a young man who was, doing this thing, and he was on the come up, making some great money, until one day, they said that he had went to Walmart and purchased a rope, and he went and hung himself. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't give the family the full information to help them find out what really happened with their child. And they said that they're not looking into the case. So it's a lot of corruption that's going on with the case, and the family has got some investigations going on. I also had shared this what was it, like I ain't gonna say a skit, but I'm gonna say it also was a awareness post that she had put out on Instagram that I shared on my IG page. If y'all want to check it out, y'all follow me on Instagram, mouthbeast_family with 3 A's, and I'm definitely gonna be discussing that as well on the show tonight at 9 p.m. Come on, brother.
With the general the curses, boy, I believe in that so much. Like, the generational curses are real. Somebody needs to talk about it. You know, so many
right.
conversations that are much needed go swept under the rug. We're so focused on the wrong thing. It's
exactly
crazy.
And that's why I labeled the series. It's called Black Hatred. I'm on Black Hatred 19. I done did 18 other Black Hatreds. If y'all already been following my page on Come On Brother, check out all the Black Hatreds. I specifically speak about our people more so because everybody else having that conversation except for us, and we really need to get to it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Miss Parker, on God for the promo. That's love.
All right, and I dropped your link in the chat, you guys. I dropped Mouthpiece link in the chat. I dropped Girl Dad. I dropped AC Shakura. If there's anybody else in here that needs their link dropped, let me know so we can get that dropped and we can go subscribe. Let's make sure we pull up to Mouthpiece tonight, because we all know that in a lot of especially Black families, generational curses are the worst. You know, you have to break them, is what AC Shakura said. So let's make sure we pull up with Mouthpiece later on to have that discussion. I like your direction you're going in, Mouthpiece. I'll definitely tune in and be there.
That.
And a lot of times we don't recognize that it's generational curses because we don't do our family history until it's too late. And
that's right.
And stuff. AC Shakura said, I broke it with mines and lost a lot. It was worth it.
That's right, AC. Let's go. Hey, congratulations.
I hope to see you over there with Mouthpiece later on. You said tonight at 9.
Tonight at 9. Yeah, make sure y'all pull up. I would love to see y'all. We definitely can talk about it. And I want to hear what y'all think about that. And what have y'all done to break these generational curses too? Y'all take time to think about that and pull up and let me know.
It makes a difference. It does.
Indeed. Big salute, Queen. I appreciate you. Shout out to Memphis, by the way. You know what I'm
Thank you so much for pulling up. Thank you so much for your participation.
Yes, ma'am. Salute.
And I'll be over there at 9:00 tonight. Thank you so much. AC Shakura said, I'll definitely be there. Yeah, it's definitely a much needed conversation. And as much as we don't want to have certain topics, we have to. And it's okay for us to have these conversations. That's our problem as Black people. Everything should be in-house. No, some things can be conversated about so we can dialogue, so we can get each other's perspective. And I could say, hey, maybe I was looking at that the wrong way. Maybe yeah, I can get that. I take accountability for that. I was wrong in that situation. Maybe I don't know how to do this. Maybe I, took that in the wrong way. Maybe I perceived this the wrong way. And it's okay. So that's why you have conversation to dialogue and get an understanding and things like that. So I'll definitely be there with Mouthpiece at 9. Hey, Will Illy, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Will Illy. Hold on, Will. I'll drop your link as well. And then we can get up out of here. I hope everybody go enjoy their Saturday. It's starting to warm up, guys. It is starting to warm up for us. Anything is better than negative. Anything is better than negative outside for me. This has been a cold winter. It's just been everything to me. So yeah, I'm super over it. I'm super over it. I definitely dropped Will's link in the chat as well. You know what I'm saying? Great job, Will. The latest song, I really like it. I really enjoyed it. You're so welcome. And don't forget to follow my sis, Miss Callie's Kitchen. She came through. She's definitely on the community wall. So, it's always good to check on community walls to find certain channels and stuff like that. Mouthpiece said, make sure y'all like the fire show. Thank you, Mouthpiece. And we'll be over there for the people coming in. Mouthpiece said he's going to talk about generational curses. And we so many have those. A generational curse can be, why everybody in my family always never completed school and it was okay. Have babies young. Generational curses of drug addicts and things like that. So those are much needed conversations that just need to be had. Thank you guys so much for pulling up with me today. Let me leave this clip out of Steve Harvey's show so y'all can go and look at it yourself and listen to it. But I want to hear it one more time for those that's just coming in, but just so y'all can kind of get a gist of what the show was about and things like that and what we talked about and why this conversation was needed, just to get a panel of women. Hold on, guys. Let me start it over. Now I can't get it off the mute, guys. Hold on.
Chris Martin is now like her brother. Jennifer Meyer and Toby Maguire are closer than ever since their split last year. She says, he's my best friend. He's the greatest ex-husband a girl could ever have. Is it weird to be so close to your ex?
Brother? If you've ever been in my pants, you are not my brother. Let's just get that straight like that. Because that's creepy and that's weird. That's weird. Ain't no brother of mine. And I'm from Texas, okay? But I have to say that I am a product of divorce. I know how negatively it can affect children. And so I've never been with somebody that I really needed to be friends with afterwards. So for me, when I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not.
I'm so the opposite. Like my second fiance, after we broke up, we maintained a really strong friendship. He has a daughter. She's not my daughter, but we're so close. We just all went out to dinner the other night to celebrate her 21st birthday. There was a boyfriend in between that asked me to stop seeing him. And it was miserable. I tried it. Like I tried not being friends with somebody that had, like organically, the love had become this incredible friendship. We had been through so much that we didn't want to throw away what was working and what was so beautiful. So we're still close. And now we've decided whoever wants to come into our life has to accept all of us, including the past, but with respect. I do believe you have to do everything with respect, and it has to be an open communication. Yes, we are best of friends.
I don't agree at all. I don't agree at all. And look, I get it. You're the best of friends. If you were such great friends, he's such a great guy, then why is he your ex?
Because we didn't have the sexual energy. That went away, and I wanted to have that in my marriage. I would like to have a marriage that is both fruitful sexually as well as friendship-wise, and we lost that. So that's why we're still friends.
Well, I think if children are involved, yes, you should be a grown-up. You should be able to co-parent and be friendly with one another. But if there are no children involved, when we break up, I break up with you, your mama, the family union. I'm not coming. Ain't no Christmas gifts happening on Christmas. It is over. I don't ever want to see her. Ever. I'm through with everybody. Yes.
sister.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you.
They're stronger than me. But there is this one ex, and we have business together. We don't have a baby, but that's kind of like a baby.
Yeah.
We're developing something together. And I would love for whoever I'm dating to accept our friendship. However, we don't see each other. We don't hang out. He's in another country, as a matter of fact. So
Where he belongs.
but we only talk a few times a year, and we will have a meeting, but there are no I think it's okay to remain friends. If you're dating someone else and you have this friend that's an ex, I think as long as there's no secret hangouts, no, nighttime rendezvous, no, you know what I mean? I think it's okay as long as you can show your new partner all the texts and there's nothing inappropriate, no pictures sent, no
But I don't want to
flirting,
be in a relationship
then I think
where
it's
I'm
okay.
scrolling through text messages.
I'm just saying, if they should ever feel the need to say, well, what is that relationship really like? Here, read it out.
And I like how she did break that down and say, I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to feel that insecure to where you got to scroll through text messages, because it should be that communication open anyway. That line of communication should be open where it's always communication and trust put in place at the beginning. It should be any doubt. As long as you got open communication,
Relationships turn into relationships.
Yep.
And I think you are playing with fire when you are welcoming your ex and
You've already done the relationship and it didn't work, so you're not
See,
really playing
I
with fire.
can't
And I'm not attracted to
I can't
like
get in
that
none of this
anymore.
conversation.
As a matter of fact,
I
we got married.
ain't friends with none of my ex. No.
I agree.
Now we break up with two.
It's over.
I don't want to feel insecure about it. I don't want to think about it. I don't even want it to be a thing that needs any attention. Like we need attention for each other. And a relationship takes so much work in general. And so for me personally, I'm just like any outside distractions that don't need to be there unless there is kids involved, then I don't need it. I don't want it.
I have a question though. Okay, so if your ex had a really close friend that was his ex, and it was really important to him to maintain the friendship, how would you respond to that?
I think I'd be the girl that was like, I can't deal with it, and
Would you have to do any exception? Like, would you find like a happy medium or something?
And I liked how they all gave their perspectives on the situation, and they was all respectful with each other. These kind of conversations don't have to be disrespectful. It's just, hey, I don't like it, I don't agree with it, but hey, whatever floats your boat, I'm rocking with it, and that's okay. That's how you start grown conversations. We agree to disagree, but hey, your life is your life, mine is mine.
I think it would have to be.
We can hang out together.
Yeah.
Can I be there?
Thank you, Lady Champion. Thank you.
You my girl, and you stuck with this dude over here, and he keeps showing up. I already know what dude wants, because he wanted it before. So now why all of a sudden he gonna stop wanting? Because hell, I want it.
Let's stick right there to what Steve said. This is coming from a man. This is coming from a man. That's why I love how Steve doesn't just be by himself. He had a panel full of women to give their different perspective on this situation. As one said, she had a business partner with her ex. It's like, to her, it's like having a baby. They are still in communication. She hopes whoever she meets can understand and respect that she's going to always have that line of communication open, because they have a business together. We have one that said, hey, me and my ex-fiance was so good and everything was good but the sex. But everything else was beautiful. And on down the line, we kept communicating and we built a bond and a friendship. And I still go to eat with him and his daughter. And whoever comes in my life has to respect that. That's something else. We had another woman saying, absolutely not. I don't even want to say you my brother. I would never sleep with somebody and say, hey, that's my brother. That's my best friend. She said, once you've been in my pants, it's done. Once it's done, it's done. The other woman said, hey, I understand what she's saying beside me. I'm done. Once I'm done, she said, hey, I'm done with everybody. Like, I'm done with aunties, uncles, sisters, cousins. Everybody's done. I just want to move on respectfully.
So now, who is this dude over here? We're not finished saying.
I agree with that though. Men are different. And that's a good thing. I think that's okay. If has ever dated you, then he will always want you in that way.
Yeah.
Men are always friends with women that they've been with a motivation.
Well, let me say this. When does the attraction for a woman that you've been attracted to, when does that stop?
Right.
When does that stop? I love how he broke that down. When does it stop? And he's not saying it just for men, he's saying it for women too. Because rules apply for both parties. And we have to remember that. It's not just a one-woman show. It's your partner as well.
And the only time for me is like after you've made an attempt on my life, then it's over.
That's healthy. That's a good period.
Yeah. See, if you like that video, there's more with it.
I appreciate you guys so much for pulling up and dialoguing with me on this good Saturday. You could have been anywhere, but hey, you landed here. Lady Campion, thank you so much. She said, I don't know how I ended here, but it's a great conversation. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you don't mind hitting that like button, share this live out. And also, take something from me. If you're in a relationship, take something from it. If you're co-parenting, take something from it in a positive way. Not, hey, Craig, hey, salute. Not in a negative way. We definitely have to get better with co-parenting for the children. Go Mouth, Mouthpiece, thank you so much for pulling up and, pointing those kind of things out, how healthy it is to co-parent for the kids. You're not co-parenting to be with each other and things like that. You're co-parenting on behalf of the kids. I love how Goddess Dia Love said, hey, I co-parent with my kids' father, and we have an awesome relationship. We're the best of friends, not saying you can be friends with an ex, but it has to be respected. It can be something that's, I can't push that on you if we're in a relationship. You can't push that on me. You can't force that on me based off of it's all about you. A relationship is about how both of us feel, how both of us engage with one another, the respect we have, the boundaries we have set in place. And in order to build a foundation with one another, it has to be respected. It has to be peaceful. She said there's a difference between necessary civility and good friends. And definitely is. Berber said, Miss Parker later and have a beautiful day. Thank you, Berber, for sticking around. I appreciate you so much, my love. Thank you. I appreciate you and all the beef sector that comes over here and supports me. I appreciate you guys so much. And to my Mo 3 sector family, thank you guys so much. And to my Rock Squad family, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. And anybody from any other sector, thank you guys so much for just pulling up with me and chatting it up with me today. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you. Hey, Pee-wee. Pee-wee, I was just talking about is it healthy to entertain your ex? And I was playing a clip from Steve Harvey, and he had a panel full of women, and they was all giving their explanations and stuff like that based off. I'll drop the link one more time in case anybody want to come up. But sorry, I'm always late. You're okay, Miss LaKendra. And all the women gave out different perspectives on ways of reasons and why they wasn't okay with it, why they was okay with it, why they feel like anybody that comes into their life for a future, to build a future with them, they have to be accepting of the friendship on both parties and stuff like that. And yeah, to me, I didn't agree with that one. Like, hey, you come in my life, you had to accept him. Nah. Your friendship is your friendship. I don't have to accept anything. Vice versa. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to accept anything that comes along with me from my past. But again, the past is a past for a reason. And the future is to be what you working on. And I know don't nobody want a future full of BS and drama and anything else. Thank you, Will. Thank you. I do have a goal, y'all. I didn't mention it because I was this Steve clip had me so in tune, and there's so many other ones that I want to bring forefront too. You know what I'm saying? Of different conversations, not just relationship, but just different conversations, how we view life. But thank you, Will. I had a goal of 5, so Will help me reach one of them and things like that. And I appreciate you so much, Will, because when YouTube set the goal, you have to say, what do you want? What are you going to do to obtain your goal? So I said, I'll explain about the goal. And so now I'm explaining that they offer us a go now to help us make money and build our channels and stuff like that to get back to us. Hey, Pee-wee, salute.
Hey, salute, Miss Parker. Salute to everybody in the chat. Now go continue on what you were saying because I was listening, but I just feel like typing.
I came across a clip of I be watching Steve Harvey and and
I
stuff.
like
I've
these.
really been into the 90-day rule and all of that stuff. So I'll be looking at all the relationships. So this one came up about is it why is it why it's not healthy to have why you should not shouldn't stay friends with your ex. And it just stood out to me how he had a panel full of women and their perspectives on, you know, one woman said, hey, me and my fiance, my ex-fiance, we wasn't happy sexually. I just didn't like it sexually, but I moved on. But other than that, me and him are the best of friends. And she just went out to eat with him and his daughter that isn't hers, but his, that she was a part of her life when they was together. And she said anybody that's coming into their life now and his or her life have to respect their friendship, or else she can't be with them and he can't be with her. And then we had another lady saying, the black lady, of course, said, "No, when I'm done, I'm done. You know, I ain't your sister's friend. I ain't your friend. I ain't nobody friend. I've moved on. I'm moving forward. X is an X for a reason." And Steve's breakdown. Let me let you hear Steve's breakdown real quick, Pee Wee. I got you.
Okay.
Over here. We're not finna sit up.
I agree with that though. Men are different.
Hold on.
And that's a good thing. I think that's okay.
I think I'd be the girl that was like, I can't deal with it, you know. And
Would you have to do any exception? Like, would you find like a happy medium or
I think it would have to be
We can hang out together.
Yeah.
Can I get
Be
there?
there.
Can I see the energy? What's going on?
I think it's harder for men though. You my girl, and you stuck with this dude over here, and he keeps showing up. I already know what dude wants, cause he wanted it before. So now why all of a sudden he gonna stop wanting it? Cause hell, I want it. So now who is this dude over here? We're not finna sit up.
I agree with that though. Men are different. And that's a good thing. I think that's okay.
If has ever dated you, then he will always want you in that way.
Yes.
Men are always friends with women that they've been with a motivation.
Well, let me say this. When does the attraction for a woman that you've been attracted to, when does that stop?
Right.
And the only time for me is like after you've made an attempt on my life, then it's over.
That's a good period.
If you like that video, there's more where that came from. Don't forget.
How do you feel about that, Pee Wee?
All right. First and foremost, I don't believe in projecting. If you know what projection is,
No.
projection is projecting my thoughts and my feelings on somebody else. Say for instance, I I want to ask my girl something or I want to say something to her, but in my mind, I'm thinking what her reaction gonna be. I'm projecting my thoughts onto her, what her reaction gonna be, not giving her a fair chance to her reaction. However, it might come out. Maybe come out in my favor, maybe it not. Maybe it may not. But on a other and listen to what Steve said, it's projection because you're projecting your experiences, your past onto somebody else, right? I don't believe in projecting because do me and my girlfriend have relationships or friendships with people from our past? Yeah, but that's our relationship. We're able to handle that. We're able to um navigate through that without it affecting our relationship. And I always say everybody's relationship is not going to look the same. Maybe what I may accept, or maybe what the boyfriend before me may accept, was two different things. Maybe the girl before my girl, my ex-wife, accepted something that my present. It depends on who you with and how your relationship is. Everybody be. This is another thing that kills me. Everybody want their relationship to look like everybody. My relationship ain't gonna look like your Shank relationship. You feel what I'm saying? It's just not. So yeah, my girl asked me, and this is what you call respect. Do you have a problem with me going and talk to her ex-boyfriend or whatever the case because of her son? You know what I mean? She knew her son or whatever. I'm securing myself whereas though no, babe, go ahead, handle your business. Y'all cool, but that's me. The same way she had a problem previously with something. See, this is the thing about it is, when I introduced her to my ex-wife, which is my youngest son mother, my ex-wife said something to my girl that stuck in her mind. That's not my fault. You feel what I'm saying? And so now the relationship between me and my ex-wife, which still is my friend, but have a limit, now it have boundaries to it. Why? Because the woman that I live with is uncomfortable with what you said to her, not what I did to her. But I'm not gonna let an outsider, like he said, reflect what's going on inside my relationship. You understand? So, and if it's a woman that didn't want me, or if I had a woman that didn't, she said, my girl not saying she don't want me to talk to her, she don't want me to communicate with her. She just said, stop some of the behaviors that, like loaning her money, her giving me money, that we were doing before, because I was saying, all right, and it ain't had nothing to do with my son. All right, she might need some money, but I got to realize I didn't do that. You did that because of what you said to my girlfriend when I first introduced you to her. You feel what I'm saying? So and a lot of times people come into relationships with projection or past experience from what happened before. No, a new relationship, we got to build new goals, we got to build new things in that relationship. So it's not gonna everybody's relationship gonna like, oh, you accept that, and then you want to talk about the girl who accepted. Okay, you accept that. I don't like that. Or how about I'm not secure or confident enough to think that that's all right. And people don't look at that, and it's always come back to self. Like, I'm cool with it. If you don't, if you still want to talk to your ex boyfriend, and I understand what Steve's saying too. It's not like they always showing. No, you're not always showing up at my house. You're not always hanging out with him. You're not hanging out with her or him more than me. No, it's just that, all right, we still in communication with that. The same way, and let me ask you this: if this happened, and because this do happen, a lot of us had our phone numbers for a long extensive period of time. So old girlfriends, old boyfriends still have our present phone number. So they call. Y'all ain't talked in a while. They call, they just pop up or whatever. So, am I supposed to instantly? Because it's still people that they might want to swing at it or whatever, but they know I got a girlfriend. And and like me, if I'm like the lady said, when I'm done, I'm done. We can still be cool, and I can still see your peoples and speak to them because I'm gonna be cordial, the person that I am today. But when we done, we done. It's not even always. It's not even about the sexual attraction because I could lose the sexual attraction because of the experience that I had in the relationship.
And let me share this with you because I love how you said your ex-wife and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because when my kid's father and Shank Rocket came in the chat earlier, he was like, "Well, you're still cool with your kid's father, and you see him when you go to Kentucky, and you know we are being cordial for years to come and stuff like that." And I've even introduced the wife, my kid's father's wife, to Shank Rock. You know, there's been nothing there. That relationship was based off of really me always with him because he raised our children.
Okay.
Up until they was grown throughout my addiction. That's when I was going through my addiction. He had no choice but to take our kids. So he had to endure a lot. My absence, him being a single father, raising a daughter and stuff like that. So my bond with him was different than the other kid's father. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we just never, like, after I got clean and stuff like that, he was just, you know, he was the go-to person as far as me seeing my kids, me communicating with my kids, me doing a lot when it came to my children. So, of course, that bond that we had was different. It wasn't a sexual bond or anything. There was a must-need relationship for me to stay in contact with this man. Up until I got clean, it was still communication with the man because of our kids and the extent of our relationship due to me being on drugs, due to me being with cancer. You know, he had those, he raised those kids. So those kids predominantly depend on him, not me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So there are certain things I missed out in my kids' life that, you know, they're mental. That I gotta call him sometimes and be like, I didn't know this. There's things that he told me that I had to find out through him where my kids are older than, and I had to say, I didn't know this. And I feel so bad. And he's like, yeah, he's on medicine. He does this. He takes this. You know what I'm saying? Those are things like, how did he deal? Like, how did he cope? I still communicate on those reasons for my son's mental health, My
Right.
daughter got a situation going on,
Mm-hmm.
a horrible situation, Pee Wee. I have to communicate with this man.
And that be the thing.
I lost you, Pee Wee. Miss LaKendra, really quick while Pee Wee comes back. Thank you so much for that super sticker. I love you. Thank you so much. Hey, La Jessica. Pee Wee, you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That be a lot of things that be, and it comes from past experiences and things. You know what I mean? A lot of, we start developing our own thinking, our own experiences in life as a child, like 6 years old, and then a lot of times we tend to carry them bad experiences, good experiences into other parts of our life and other relationships into our life, from the one that we didn't have with our parents to the ones to the relationships when we did get a remote romantic relationships, right? And then we tend to carry this, and then sometimes certain things can trigger us, right? Or trigger that memory, and people's easily, it's just part of being human, right? But a lot of times I believe you need, like, my girlfriend ain't got no kids. Thank God for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, when I met her, she ain't had no kids. I got 3 kids. I got 3 sons, right? Uh, and two of them grown. Um, Two of them grown. My youngest son's 16. And I still communicates with his mother for the sake of my child, right? A lot of people don't want to do that, or don't want to have that cordial communication for the sake of the child, and that interferes with the growth and development of the child. But it got to be done. When it can be done, it has to be done. If it can't be done, if you don't feel as though you can stand this person, whatever, a cordial conversation never hurt nobody. But a lot of people bring that anger or jealousy, frustration, traumas into something that don't have nothing to do with what's going on, or that has nothing to do with the child. Yeah, the father might have did some messed up things. The mother might have did some messed up things. But if we're not together, why do we have to discuss that? Why are you still holding on to that? We're not together. You don't got to worry about that treatment no more. And it's about, sometimes it's like letting things go. And I was and that's good that you have a cordial relationship, and you know that you have a relationship, and he know that you in a relationship. You know that he in a relationship. So okay, that's done. But we still have to be able to communicate for the sake of our kids. And if we can't, okay, but we still got to do our part and be the best parent that we can be to the child. Not because not and then a lot, sometimes, well, how you know what I mean, what you don't question, I don't question my child about what his mother's doing. I ain't
Exactly.
question none of my children about what their mother is doing. If they say something that their mother is doing that I don't like or I don't agree with, I'm going to try to have a cordial conversation. Well, let me talk to her, or let me see what it, you know what I mean? Because, and it's not taking no sides. It's just trying to make a healthy decision for the both of them. You understand? So it's not about trying to take my son's side or take his mother's side. It's not about that. It's about, okay, what did you do? See, and there's a lot of people, once again, accountability. A lot of people don't want to take accountability. And if I
Yes.
mean, you feel me?
Yes.
I don't have to like you to have a conversation with you for the betterment or the growth of my child. I don't have to.
Yes.
But I have to have a conversation with you for my for what I need to get for my child, what I feel as need I need to stand in for my child that he don't know how to say, or haven't grown to the point where as though he can have it without getting frustrated and mad. Because a lot of people want to put stuff on their children when their children are mentally and emotionally able to handle certain conversations, and us as adults, we are, or we should be. You understand what I'm saying? So, and but when you was talking about your ex husband, and yeah, I was looking in the chat, and I don't know who it was, but the sister said that some women would rather just stay friends with a man or whatever because of the experiences. Yo, but like, and you said the past is the past. If I keep living in listen, this is the thing about it. If I keep continuing to live in my past, what is my present and my future going to look like?
Say it
What is
again,
that
Pee
going?
Wee. Say it one more time. Say it
If I
one more time.
continue, if I continue to look and live in my past, what is my future and my present going to look like? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about even from the good times. Am I going to stay stuck in the times when me and Shank was out doing crazy stuff or doing stuff that we thought was joyful now at the age of 50?
Right.
No, I gotta listen. I gotta continue to grow. I gotta continue to let go. I'm glad I got to the point where as though I can let go. Imagine, listen. I've been to prison. I've been to jail. That takes a whole different psychological mentality, mind thinking, and stuff like that to live in that place for a certain period of time. I've been there for. I'm gonna just say overall, I did 13 years. So imagine me when I was between 27 and 29, living as though I'm still in prison or I don't care at the age of 50, man. How would that look?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Imagine if we debate if you walk around with all the heartaches, always on king about all the heartaches, are you open to meet somebody that could be feasible for you or lovable to you or give you the relationship that you want to have if you're still holding on and you still got a grip on somebody that hurt you?
Right.
When do you allow yourself to be loved? Or when do you allow yourself to change? When do you allow yourself to grow?
And wait a
You
minute,
understand?
you stick right there. How you said, when are you going to allow yourself to change? You know what I'm saying? When are
Yeah.
you going to allow yourself to grow? And that's not growing. Staying stuck in, even when you're starting that relationship and stuff. I like how Lady Campion said, maintain boundaries without bitterness either way. And that's what it is. It's boundaries set in those places. Once you move on into a healthy relationship and you're trying to grow and you're trying to change, all of that's out the window from the past. Because like you were saying about, do I want to stay stuck on what me and Shane did when we was kids, being reckless and da. Do I want to be present in the change that I made? So I
Right.
like how you just broke that down.
Yeah, because a lot of people, Miss Parker, and they don't see it. You know how everybody had this person that's just messed up, make the decision that we cool with the decision you make, but we know what the decision gonna take them, and they know what the decision gonna take them, but they're cool with the decision. That's not growth. That's not. And the thing about it is, we gotta continue to we gotta continue to be open, to grow, to do better, not just for other people, but for ourselves. Because
Yeah.
if we stand around pained up from past pain,
Mm,
emotionally and mentally, what would life look like?
mm.
Or if you keep listen, a lot of people, you keep jumping in these relationship. I can't find the right man. I can't find the right woman, but you keep giving up. Oh, but listen, if I got 10, if you listen, if my
Oh, we digging
girl,
in the person's past, Pee Wee. We digging in the person's past to make excuses and things.
right, right, you meet a person, they got, listen, we got a 10, we're gonna say a 10 quality list. This was the 10 things that I desire, right? But if the person got a 7 or 8, I ain't messing with them because I don't like that about that person. But you're over half percentage of what you're looking for.
Mm.
You're over 50%. The person ain't coming with 50%. All right, but then you got the person that, all right, she smokes cigarettes. I don't like that. But she got everything else. She qualified all the other areas. Or they drink. I don't like that. Or okay, I can see that. But and all the other areas, financially, supportive, emotionally, mentally, y'all have great conversations. Um, they loyal, they don't cheat, right? They got all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they got 2 or 3 three things that you don't get. So you had 70% now. Now we at 70%. I take 70. I take 70 because I'm damn near at 100. And then you don't know. With them 70, we might can grow past and get to the 10.
Mm.
But you don't never give nobody a chance to because you're so stern and you're hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're still holding on to the hurt so much that it won't allow you to just look at the brighter side of things. And it's a lot of people like that. A lot of people walk. I mean, yeah, you have boundaries, set goals for yourself. But at the same time, you gotta be a bit, give them the benefit of the doubt. Once you give them the benefit of the doubt and they mess that up, then that's on them. Then they made their choices.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, a lot of people don't look at stuff like that.
Is it healthy? Fact or fiction? Is it healthy to entertain your ex?
It depends on. I told you I can't say if
So did you respect your girlfriend enough to once she said, "Hey, Pee Wee, this I don't like that." It's because you love her, correct, and you want to build with her that you said, "Hey, I'll make those changes for the betterment
right,
of our relationship."
right because this the person I live with. I don't live with my ex-wife no more.
Yeah.
I don't. Listen. It's not my duty to prepare anything that she has broken in her. It's not my duty. You got to get. I got past it. You wasn't there to support me past it. So yeah, I did. I did make that change. I did. I still listen. I still talk to my son, mother. I mean, my ex-wife or whatever. I still talk to her. We still communicate. But the attention or the investing that I was putting into it, I don't put that much into it no more.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I respect my present relationship, right? I love my present girl, so her feelings is more concerning to me than my ex-wife feelings because my ex-wife is not my. she's. I wish her well, but my ex-wife is not my priority.
Right. Right.
You
And
know what I'm
that's
saying?
and I think that's where it gets confusing at because it was just like listening to these ladies and some of them saying, "Hey, you have to deal with it," and I thought like wow, I'm listening and I'm watching the ladies dialogue and no
Mm-hmm.
confrontation, but I was like, wow, that's so selfish. You know what I'm saying? In a relationship to feel like, oh yeah, you have to accept my ex or else. It's
And
like, why not be with? And that's why the black woman was like, well, then just be with the ex. Why even, string your partner along with those kind of expectations? Because what about your partner's feelings? Like you have zero tolerance for your partner's feelings, but you want to
right,
make some work with your partner. She said it doesn't work like that.
absolutely. This is just and this was another I had, even in life or whatever the case may be. People have, especially in relationships, have a problem with prioritizing the person that you're in the relationship with. The person that you're in the relationship holds priority over everything except for your kids.
Mm.
Listen, when it said in the Bible, when I get married, my wife become my top priority. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're telling me that I have to accept that I have to, you ain't asking me to. You telling me that I have to accept something that means he's your top priority. I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is why is he so important than me that I have to accept him to be in your life? You understand what I'm saying? And that comes down to the decision of the people that's in the relationship. Because I don't feel as though any of my any of my girlfriends, male friends, is more prioritized than I am in my relationship, and she don't feel that way about none of my friends.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So that's what. So you gonna skip my birthday party and go to her birthday party, or you gonna get her birthday gift from you? No, that doesn't make no sense.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's about making the person that you're in a relationship because I want to hold the happiness, the intimacy, the communication.
Yeah.
I wanna keep all that in my relationship. The joking and playing, to be able to say something to her that I know might hurt her feelings, but I'm there to say to her because I know it's gonna help her, or she gonna say something to me that she knows it's gonna help me, or make decisions. You know what I mean? I need that. I gotta have that, and a lot of people don't even look at that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because this the person you come home to, you sleep with, you eat with, y'all chose to share a life together, but it's somebody outside of that that's more important or just as important. But no.
Yeah,
I
and
look
that's what the woman was saying on the panel. Like, it doesn't make, like, you got to make sense of that. Like, y'all, your expectations are crazy that you would allow somebody that you live with to normalize. I want to go eat with my ex. I want to celebrate with my ex. You know what I'm saying? You stay home and let me celebrate with my ex. Let my ex celebrate my accomplishments with me, and you just sit over there and you just be very quiet and still.
and as another human being, we don't supposed to have feelings about that.
And that's what I was saying, Pee I was like, hey, it was like feelings was out the picture when she was saying what she was saying. It was
Because
crazy.
she was being selfish. You want what you want, you want what you want, and want him to concede to what you want to do. But what are you going to do if he gives you the same, the same? I mean, if he gives you the same situation, what are you going to do? Are you going to accept it? How would you feel about it? See, that's another thing about it is too. What people fail to do in a relationship. Do you consider the other person when you do or make a decision to do what you do? Are you considering them?
Hmm.
A lot of people don't want to look at that, and this is stuff that we got to look like this. Like, and I've been married and whatever, but this right here, my relationship that I had today, that's why I don't have no problem with telling nobody I'm in one or that I have one. This is the best relationship I ever had in my life ever since I changed. The best. We can talk about anything. We can, what I mean, we can kick it. Listen, and this is what's going on now. Her birthday was Wednesday, Miss Parker, right? I got the birthday present that she asked me to get, right?
Aw.
I got the birthday present that she asked me to get. I was going to take her to dinner today. She was going to have her little girls thing, what you know what I mean, y'all girls do, with her little girlfriend celebration in DC, right? And I got COVID. I can't do none of that now. I'm stuck in the room, right?
Mm.
But she called me, she said, babe, uh, you got some money? Yeah, babe, I'm gonna send you all the money that I was gonna spend on you this weekend anyway. And I think this I can't make her suffer or be selfish and don't allow her to do what she needs to do because I can't.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So once again, good decision on my part. I like the decision I made, and because I love her and I want her to enjoy her birthday, and she don't have COVID and she still got to do what she need to do. Babe, do your thing. I'm all right. These kind of decisions that I couldn't. Oh no, I ain't giving her no money to go nowhere else to do it. This I'm talking about the ignorant, the old ignorant me. I ain't giving her no money to go somewhere else, do something else with somebody else, and I can't go. That's selfish.
Yeah.
You understand that? And a lot of people, with their feelings and their emotional feelings, they be so selfish with their feelings and emotional feelings, and it's I ain't gonna say it's not all right, but you gotta have the same way you gotta give to your partner. You gotta still have you gotta save some for yourself, but you still have to be able to offer it up to your partner. You
And
understand
so
what I'm saying?
do you feel like, when in these relationships that the woman was displaying, are you just a convenience for those that feel like, hey, you got to deal with what I want you to deal with? It's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. How do the other party look at that? Do they look at it like, oh, I'm in a relationship, or are you just a convenience?
I would look at it when you first said it, my thoughts was is if I don't accept it, if I'm not able to accept it, I'm able to leave. So, and those who accept it, okay, if you can, like what I said, if you can deal with it, cool. But asking, or if you can't come to me and explain why or what your reasons are for maintaining this friendship with this person after the fact, um, I need because you got to be able to. And I was the one that used to, and I told my girl when I first met her, I hate explaining myself. That's another reason why I don't do myself. I hate to be in awkward. These are two things that I hate, Miss Parker, with a passion. I hate to be in awkward situations, and I hate explaining myself. But I have learned to do so because some things is going to call for an explanation. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to be. That's why I ain't cheating. I ain't got no girls calling my phone. I ain't got none of that because I don't want to be in an awkward situation, sitting there looking dumb, trying to figure out the words to explain something that I really can't explain. So yeah,
what's
but
your take on if it is communication with the ex and the ex's their demands are being met and the significant other is getting backlash? How do you move forward? How do you explain to the person to move forward? You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like, why not be with the ex? Like the black woman was telling the other woman, like, why not be with that person if they have such a stronghold over you where they dictate your home? Because it's almost like, well, damn, if my house is being dictated from an outsider, it's not really our home, correct?
right, exactly. But that conversations people don't have before moving in together, like, listen, me and my girl has some of the craziest conversations. Like, we don't have no problem with nobody moving in with us. All right, let me ask the question first. For that situation, that has to be up to the individuals in that situation and how the relationship is between the ex and the person that's in the relationship, right? Uh, do it seem like he's just sticking around because he want to hit again, or he think he got a chance to hit again? And if he does, at the end of the day, it's her decision. The same way with me, it will be my decision if I mess with somebody else after the fact that I'm in a relationship. It's up to the decision of the person. If you're not giving those kind of vibes to the person that you're in a relationship with, then it's cool. It's cool. I would say it's cool. But other than that, we gonna listen, we gonna sit down and we gonna talk together as three. Bro, okay. Y'all, all right. If y'all been friends or whatever the case may be for years before I got there, whatever the case may be, and y'all want to continue the friendship, but my significant other makes me feel like I'm a priority, and you're not a priority you're not a priority in our relationship. And that be the problem. You're making the other person like you got to. It's certain people when I met my girl, the same way where I met when she met. It was people that she said that I gotta meet, or you know what I mean, or people that she had to meet on my end, and that I had to, you know what I mean. She didn't say I had to accept them. It's a difference between having to accept somebody and, you know what I mean, being introduced or becoming acquainted with. It's a difference. And when you trying to, now when you saying you have to accept them, you're forcing something into the relationship, and we ain't even got there yet.
Right. Right.
Let's trying to put a square peg in a round circle. You're forcing it. You're saying if you can't accept this, then okay. Well, I don't even know the person that I don't accept, but because of the way you said it, I might not accept them.
Right.
You feel me? Because you saying in order for me to mess with you, I gotta accept this person. Okay, well, you and that person have a nice day.
Yes. And that's what the woman was saying. Like the black woman was telling the girl, like, well, it doesn't make sense if you're prioritizing, your ex over your new person.
Right.
Why not be with the ex? It doesn't make sense.
Right. And if that's so important, why didn't you stay with that person?
Exactly.
If it was all of that, and I understand that some people are better as friends. I can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in a relationship, and then you're gonna try to prioritize them in the next relationship. Well, you might need to go back and reevaluate the previous relationship before even coming over here. You know what I'm saying? Or even looking at this because you're not ready. You're not able to either put that person in a cordial or a proper friendship category, and you still want something with that person. And it don't mean it don't gotta actually mean that. It just could be like the person has became important to you, but you need to prioritize the person that you're in a relationship with. You gotta look at all these things. People don't look at all this stuff. They just want to get, and then they just want to get in the bed. They just want to, you know what I mean? And everything look good. It's always beautiful at the beginning, but when you get to the middle, can you
Yeah.
work that out?
Yeah.
Can we talk through a vicious argument? Can we calm down? Don't hold on to it for 5 weeks. Damn near broke up before we come back and have a conversation. No, you gotta heal those bandages as soon as possible. You gotta heal
Yeah.
those wounds as soon as possible. Whether we want to talk about it or not, or when we get to the point, well, when you get to the point, this is the way I did my girl. When we get to the point that we can talk about it, because I come from a house of yelling and screaming. I'm not going to hear anything you say, but when you sit down and you talk to me, and I'm able to process and digest what's being said and understand your point of view or how I hurt you or what am I doing affecting you, then we can come to some kind of understanding. Or no, we ain't gonna do that. Like me and my girl, we don't call each other out our names when we argue. We can argue from the down. She be downstairs, I be upstairs. I ain't calling her no bitches. She ain't calling me no fake ass niggas. She ain't doing none of that because that's not what we do. We have experienced that, and we know that that's not a way to settle our disagreements
Mhm.
and living with each. You know what I mean? It's just stuff that if you're still living and doing the things that you done in the previous relationship, what makes you think that they're gonna work in this one?
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? It just don't work. And you gotta have like the same way. Like I can call Shank and say something to Shank or whatever, or say something, and Shank will be like, okay, he gonna give me, he ain't taking no sides or whatever. He was like, well, people, you did this or you did that, or yeah, or you might need to talk to her about that. And that's the kind of friends you need, not people that's always jumping straight on your side because you're my friend.
Yeah.
I don't want them kind of friends. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? Especially if it's about and I ain't going to a person that's not in a relationship to talk about one.
That's exactly.
Wow, what you gonna tell me how to get out my relationship because you ain't in one?
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? People don't. Just the things that people don't want to address though. But I mean,
That's what I
people.
was saying. I was saying that, Pee Wee. I definitely was saying that, and I was saying too, like Steve Harvey has said, he's like, your past is your past. That's why it's the past. And he was basically, bringing it up like, once you keep reliving your past, you don't want change, but don't bring anybody else into that. And a lot of times we get in relationships and it all seems like you said in the beginning, everything's good. But in the middle, sometimes you find out little things and be like, what? What did I get myself into? What is this? And stuff like that. And I want people to know that if they change, it's not a bad thing that in a relationship you change for the better and the other person didn't. It's not up to you to change that person. It's up for that person to change for themselves. Like you were saying earlier, people to change for the better of the good and stuff like that. And everybody's relationship. I said that too. People, we not the same. Everybody, it's gonna be people to say, I understood what she was saying. Like, accept this. She's got to accept that, and and things like that. But at the same time, hey, we live and we learn. This was definitely a great conversation and stuff like that. And I'm glad that you put your perspective on it. Like, how, I'm cool with my ex-wife, but I set boundaries. Once I prioritize my woman that I live with's feelings based off of, I had to step back and say, I see how that looks. It is disrespectful. Let me clean this up and set boundaries. And
Right.
that's what it's supposed to be about in our relationships, whether they just like ours or any different. It has to
Right.
be maintained that kind of way to stay healthy.
Absolutely. Um, it was one more thing I wanted to tell you about too, Miss Parker. Especially in the relationship realm, right?
Hmm.
I think people don't give themselves time And when I say time, when coming out of one relationship into another, right? You have to give yourself time to heal, right? And you have to look at the changes maybe that you need to make, right? People don't want to do that, right? Why? Because everybody, even myself, right, and anybody else in it, I can always get better at something than I was before, right? And if you don't give yourself time enough to heal, to know what you want, to know what you expect from a person, then you're gonna keep desiring and looking for the same things. There's some things that you have to tell yourself, no, I'm not accepting that thing no more. Then we got people with certain conditions, whether it be mental health, lack of confidence, low self-esteem, whatever that may be, right? That don't want to fix those things and think that because if I got one person, I can get another one. But if I choose to be with this person, that's the person I need to choose to be with and be my best for that person as I can be. A lot of people don't want to take the time to heal from one next relationship to another. And if you're dating or whatever the case may be, that's cool. Right? That's cool. That's cool. You're seeking to find, but have you gave yourself time enough to be open to see something from another person's perspective? To be considerate enough for you to be able to take somebody else's feelings into consideration? Or are you still guarded with a wall up and can't nothing get through that wall but your own thinking and your own perception and your own selfish feelings? I didn't get I was single for like three going on 4 years when I met my girlfriend that I have now, after the divorce of my wife. I didn't want to be in a relationship because I knew mentally I wasn't able to handle you not doing what I want you to do. Because in a relationship, you're not gonna always do what the other person wants you going to do. Um, we're not gonna always be agreement. Are you able to agree to disagree? It's stuff like this that people don't look at or don't talk about. And then if you having this conversation, it ain't gotta be, you know what I mean, well, this the topic we talking about today. No, it's just over general conversation. Well, or look into what the other person's interests are. Then when you get stuck with a bum, man or woman, you mad at yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't ask these questions, because you didn't find out. And people say don't talk about, we're not having no full-fledged conversation. Well, what happened in your last relationship? I want to know. Why didn't y'all get along? What happened? You understand what I'm saying? People don't want to talk about this stuff. They just, oh, he cute, oh, she fine, or she fat, or he handsome, or whatever. And what's underneath that? What's underneath all that, Miss Park? What is underneath all that? Hurt, damage, frustration, irritation, resentments, self-resentments. What, you feel me? That they haven't worked on, and they're bringing all that garbage over into your yard that you worked on.
Absolutely.
You understand? So that's just my perception of what I think people should do before jumping into a relationship or doing something. You know what I mean? Or jumping in, moving together, and all that. Because it's okay when we live in the separate spots. You ain't got to wash the dishes at your house. I wash the dishes at my house.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But then when we move together, she don't never wash the dishes. But you actually, she wash the dishes in her house. So
Let's go, Pee Wee. Thank you, Pee Wee, so much. Like I said, people are scared to have these type of conversations, and it's crazy because we're grown and we should be able to dialogue, and it's okay to say I'm in a relationship like that, or I've been in a relationship like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about being stupid or nothing, because you live and you learn,
right.
as you go along. And like you were saying about the healing process, it's just a stepping stone to healing. before getting into the next relationship, to know what you will and will you'll realize and know what you will and will not accept in the next relationship, or what you don't want, period, in relationships, what you want in your life altogether. He says, salute to you, Pee Wee, with the knowledge. But yeah, so thank you, Pee Wee, as always, for coming up and kicking them gems and stuff like that with me. I appreciate you so much. It's always something positive taken away from what you said. So I thank you so much for coming up here. And I will share this clip on my community wall because it was interesting. So anybody that's in a relationship, go listen and, you know, take something from it in a positive aspect, nothing negative. This live was never to be nothing negative. It's just, you know, is it healthy? Because we do have a lot of us are parents, and we are not with the parents of our children. You know what I'm saying? We co-parent. A lot of us don't. But this is another live to see, like, the healthy part of co-parenting for the children, not for you and him, not for him and her, but for the children and things like that. So thank you, Pee Wee. I appreciate you so much for pulling up with me today.
Thank you for having me. Always a great conversation when we talk, Ms. Parker.
It is. You busy tomorrow, Pee Wee?
Nope. I'm in here. I'm in the house.
Oh yeah, you're sick. So yeah, well, let's do another live tomorrow. Let's kind of piggyback off of this, Pee Wee.
Okay, just all right. Just call when we drive down from the panel. I'm gonna call Shank, or I Shank to call me, or you.
Okay, I'll call you, Pee Wee. I'll call you tomorrow so we can go about 3 or 4 tomorrow, and we can piggyback off of this conversation.
All right, that's no problem. You have a blessed day, Ms. Parker.
All right, you too. Y'all make sure y'all pull up with me and Pee Wee tomorrow. And anybody else that wants to, feel free. Thank you to Mouthpiece that joined the panel with me and gave his perspective. I appreciate Lady Campy and Nika, Will Illy, all y'all that was in the chat. Thank y'all so much for the chat participation. It always helps the host and things like that. And again, look at the title, Fact or Fiction. Is it healthy to entertain your ex? And that could be your significant other, your baby mother, anybody. And the healthy part of it, if you're really trying to build a healthy relationship and maintain a healthy relationship. So that's what this live was about. Let's stick to that. Setting up boundaries. Communication is key in all relationships. If you're co-parenting, communication is a key. It's a must. Ms. Parker, I will be here. Okay, Will Illy, and like I said, y'all all welcome to hit the panel. I just want to kind of piggyback off of one of the women that was saying the acceptance part. I just kind of want to stick to that and what another woman said about prioritizing the business part with the ex. And then we'll go into more. Okay. Thank you guys. You guys go enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and appreciate you for pulling up with Ms. Parker. Ms. Parker.